Should I be selling oil instead? Yeah, actually, in this case, I will probably be more interested in shorting it rather than buying it. Because, like I mentioned, this 38.2 level is a key resistance level. And if it doesn't pass through this and it goes down further, there's a chance that it drops a lot. Welcome to another video by Simple Invest. The question here today is, should we invest in oil? More specifically like crude oil? Because I'm sure if you've been paying attention to any financial news recently, I believe it's about, when was this? This was back in April. So that's about 1.5 months ago. There was a lot of hoo-ha over US oil futures going into negative territory, where the oil price to dip to negative, such that people were like oil producers were paying other people to take their oil in order to store it because they just had too much production and there was not enough places to store it. So that created, and also with the sharp drop in demand of oil due to the coronavirus spread, so there was not a lot of industries and not a lot of vehicles around the world that needed to consume crude oil. So the drop in demand and the rise in supply led to this historic moment whereby oil futures went into the negative. So as you can see here, this is my chart on MetaTrader 4, and this is US oil. It is, I believe this is either an index or a CFD, but it reflects that the lowest point that this reached was at 21st of February this year, 2020, and from then it has been going up. So I've drawn a little bit of a Fibonacci. Okay, okay, let's just remove this red line. So I've drawn a little bit of a Fibonacci retracement kind of a meter. And you will see that here it has gone up and is touching this 38.2 level. Okay, for Fibonacci studies, there isn't like any hard and fast rule, but personally, I've noticed that for me myself, when I use Fibonacci retracement, any chart that doesn't, let's say this is a downtrend Fibonacci, downtrending. I mean, yeah, the price itself is downtrending, right, over the long run. That means it's been downtrending since January 2020, and the price has been going down. So if we are going downtrend and we look at the latest peak to the lowest point of the chart here, and now that it's going up, if this doesn't go past the 38.2 level, there's a chance that it will bounce off this 38.2 level and go down further beyond the zero in the Fibonacci retracement starting point. So this is a key level, 38.2 is a key level to watch. So such that if it breaks, of course it's not a high and fast rule. That means for this particular chart, the price of oil here can break past the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. It can also go up to 50 or go up to 61.8 before it goes down again. But 38.2, it's pretty much a key point for a lot of indices and a lot of assets that I study. Like if 38.2 doesn't that, like for example, if this price doesn't go above the 38.2 and starts to go down, there's a chance that the downtrend has more momentum and more strength behind it, that it can go past the 0.0 reference price in this Fibonacci retracement graph. Okay. So there's a particular point that I wanted to take note, that there is a chance for US oil to go down further. But of course, for people who are positive, they will think that maybe because countries are reopening, so industries are starting up, vehicles, more people are driving, and so on. So there is a general demand for oil going up. True. So those are the fundamentals of it, and I do agree with the fundamentals. Like as more countries open up, definitely the demand for oil and petroleum is going to go up again, and the storage issue should be easing up. Okay, and but let's look at other price charts, because for this this is a daily chart and we can only see from 2018. So if you look at weekly price charts, this will, or maybe let's look at a monthly. So this is the longest price chart that I can go. And if you see from here, it seems like US oil has never hit this historic low price. So the lowest I can see here is from 2002. Well, for this particular brokerage, this is CMC Markets. Their chart seems to have been limited by this price point. So let's go to another chart, which is TradingView. So if you can see here, this is TradingView. So TradingView is a free software and a free website browser-based software that anyone can use for free. Of course, I think you can pay a premium to have like even better services and so on. So for this, we can check out. Can we zoom? Let's max out this chart. And let's see whether I can. Okay, I can't zoom out more. But the good thing about TradingView is that it has a lot further historical records. So you can see here, this is a different CFD. Okay, so this is a CFD on crude oil. It's a little bit different because this CFD actually went to zero here. And for this particular CFD, is currently priced at 40. Wow. If we look at our CMC chart, it is priced at 14. So I believe this price is a little bit more precise. This US oil index on the MetaTrader 4 should be a bit more precise. Let me see if I can find US oil. Let me see if I can find. No, that's not good. So this is just CFD. Yeah, I can't seem to find another index that accurately portrays the price, but we use it as a reference point. So it dropped to zero for this particular contract. CFD dropped to zero back in April. And if we look back in the past historical prices, let's see if there's any time that it went as low as that. So in December 2016, it dropped pretty low. In 2009, the CFD also dropped pretty low as well. But as you can see, there are earlier points in the chart. Back in lowest point, probably 1999 or 1998. So this CFD dropped to $10 compared to the $40 that is now. And if we look a little bit further, we can see that in 1986, the CFD also dropped to about $9 compared to the $40 that it is now. Of course, it has never dropped to zero. So technically now at $40 for this particular CFD, which is tracking crude oil, it isn't really the lowest point in time. So it's somewhere in between. It's not higher, it's not the lowest. It's definitely not the highest. But it's somewhere in between. And if we look at support, let's see if we can draw any lines here. So I'm not very familiar with using TradingView. I usually use MetaTrader 4. Compare, no. Text. So this one with style. Let's see if any way for me to draw a line. Nope. Trend line, horizontal. Okay, let's have a horizontal line. Found it. Okay, so we have a horizontal line. So you can see that this is a pretty common support level. We can drag this horizontal line up and down. And we can see that according to this CFD, there is probably a significant support and resistance around this range, about 42 mark. So the question is, will the CFD go above this and go beyond, or will it touch this particular support or resistance and continue going down? So it's still a big question. If you're someone who's looking to invest in oil right now, I will probably stay away. But obviously, I have to add the disclaimer. So probably have to put the disclaimer in the beginning of the video. Is that I myself, I'm not an expert or an analyst on oil. So please take my words with a grain of salt. So I don't have a lot of fundamental background in terms of analyzing oil. This is just me as a typical investor who typically invests in stocks and forex and uses technical analysis, looking at looking at oil prices and their oil chart and their charts, and just doing a rational analysis of whether to buy oil or not. Personally, I will feel probably not. Maybe if I would like to see more upwards momentum in oil before I go in. For example, if oil passes this level, the 42 price level in this particular CFD, or in this case, if I'm looking at this US oil chart on MetaTrader 4, if past this $14 goes up to like $15 and beyond, past this 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level, goes higher, then probably it might seem like it has a little bit more momentum behind it, and I'll probably be able to join in, be probably invested into it. So personally, also another disclaimer is that I'm not invested in oil. I don't have a single dollar invested in your oil, so I don't have any sort of like personal weight or personal risk to saying whatever that is behind this. But why invest in oil now? No, I'll probably wait for it because this is a significant level that it could go down further. Should I be selling oil instead? Yeah, actually, in this case, I will probably be more interested in shorting it rather than buying it because, like I mentioned, this 38.2 level is a key resistance level, and if it doesn't pass through this and it goes down further, there's a chance that it drops a lot. So if I were personally looking into into trading it rather than buying it for the long term, maybe I'll be trying to short it. But of course, I will put in my stops as well. Like if it goes beyond this 50.0 Fibonacci retracement level, I'll probably stop shorting it and just cut my losses here. But meanwhile, this 38.2 level looks like a good resistance level to possibly short crude oil further. Okay, so that's probably all I have to say about whether or not we should invest in oil. Of course, you invest in your own discretion, do your own homework and your analysis, and have your own beliefs and your own logic as to why you want to buy or sell a particular asset or product. Okay, thanks for watching the video. Have a good day.